Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Sobre Mesa. With me today are two current Wayne State students, Michael Naddaf and Thomas Hayes. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. Today's episode will be a bit different than how we've ran the show so far. This is a student edition episode where I will ask questions to both Michael and Tom to get more of a student perspective. My co-host Jake had to do a research presentation in Oklahoma, so he will not be joining us today.
What's so
Did
funny?
you take
That's
Eleanor?
awesome.
What's up?
Did he take Eleanor to Oklahoma?
Eleanor?
His car?
No, I think he flew this time.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, and it goes in reverse, too. I forgot about that.
What's the research?
I'm not quite sure. He was very secretive about it.
As he is with all things.
The Eleanor, for those listeners that are not aware, Jake, my co-host, he drives an $800 car. And somehow that car made it to California and back.
Didn't the floor on the passenger seat fall off or something like that?
He drove to California with it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh my! When did this happen?
I think it was this past summer.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. So Michael, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself, man? How long have you been here at Wayne State?
Okay, so hi everybody. This is my, let's see, what would it be? It's my 12th semester. I'm a fifth year undergraduate. I'm a psychology major and a philosophy and biology minor. What else did you want me to tell? Just what I'm studying?
Whatever you want, man.
Oh, okay. I've been living on campus since I started out as a freshman in the dorms. My hope is to go to medical school one day, if I'm lucky enough to have that honor, and to potentially go towards the MD PhD route so that I could be a physician while also in like an academic setting, teaching and doing research. Right now I'm doing research myself. I'm actually in a psychopharmacology lab with the psychology department with Dr. Scott Bowen, and we're researching drugs of abuse and how they affect behavior. And yeah, I think that's about it for me.
Is that because I know you've told me in the past that you work in the nursing.
Yeah.
In the College of Nursing. Is that apart from that? Is that something different or?
Oh yeah, that's one of my two jobs on campus. My that's the job I work there. I'm in the College of Nursing simulation lab. Pretty much what we do is nursing students come in, and instead of practicing on real people, they can practice on these really expensive mannequins. And what I do is I sit in a control room, kind of set up like the studio, and I actually voice act. So I'll voice act as like a 60-year-old man who has a loss of hearing, or as like a 18-year-old girl who, you know, is worried that they might have contracted an STI or STD out at a party last week. Mm-hmm. So it's a variety of different scenarios to kind of prep the nursing students to interact with many different people with many different demographics and backgrounds to kind of have a holistic way of dealing with people.
How do they train you for that job? It sounds pretty intense.
Honestly, it's just having fun. You know, it's just kind of, you know, like, because I work in a hospital, I volunteer in a hospital more so, and so I just kind of take the experiences I have and maybe more stereotypical sides of it. Just, you know, if you're older, just trying to have a loss of hearing, so what that sounds like, you know, you kind of talk loud and you talk about how much you like to garden and things like that, and you know, I'll play as like little kids too, so, you know, just like short bursts of sentences. Honestly, it's just kind of with trial and fire. They just put you in front of the computer and say, just have fun with it. So it's a good experience.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
And do you work there every day or just once a week?
I do that, so because I have another job on campus. I'm a Calculus 2 TA. So
okay.
I do that Mondays and Wednesdays, and then I work at the College of Nursing Thursdays and Fridays.
Okay.
So today I'm on my break right now, coming here to hang out.
Oh, well, thank you so much, man.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Means so much.
You're so welcome.
All right, what about you?
Well, I've been at Wayne State since the fall of 2015. I lived on campus for 2 years over at Atchison, so I met Mike and Jake. And I was on the Atchison Hall Council for both years, ran for president and lost, but I'm
They
studying.
miscounted the votes.
Yeah,
That's all that happened.
Yeah. But I study political science and history, and I'm currently studying for the LSATs and hope to attend law school after I graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, and you don't work at Wayne State, though, but you have a
No.
job outside Wayne State,
Yeah,
right?
I work at the Rochester Chop House in downtown Rochester.
I have to try
And
it.
I also worked at Coney Island.
Very nice.
And you currently work with, you say you were working with like a Republican base or something like that?
Yeah, the Michigan Republican Party. I'm a volunteer for the summer.
And what do you do there?
Right now, I do phone calls, so we do quick voter surveys, and then we're also trying to get Republicans on the ballots in Macomb and St. Clair County, so I collect nominating petitions.
Mm-hmm.
And during the summer, we'll probably ramp it up with door knocking and parades, events.
So right now
stuff
you're
like
just
that.
like calling them?
Yeah.
Do they answer the phone?
No. I called 85 people one day, and only one person answered the survey.
Just one person?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So Michael, what's one thing you would change about Wayne State? I mean, you've been here for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing you would change?
To be honest, I guess it's kind of hard for me to answer because I really like this campus, through and through. Like I've been eating at Towers, since I was a freshman, and I really like the food there. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I think it's just maybe how everybody sees, the quality of food differently. I'm just happy to have food to eat.
Right.
And I think that I kind of take that with a lot of different things. I kind of feel like I don't always consider the things that I'd want to be better because I'm just trying to enjoy what I have and appreciate that I have, that I have parents that can help me pay for school and that I get to live on campus.
Well,
it'd be hard. It's kind of a hard, I don't know, actually.
what's one thing Wayne State could improve on? Maybe that's a better question.
guess
Not
keeping-
completely change, but just like improve on.
Change or improve on?
Finding ways to keep people on campus.
I think,
Because I often feel like a lot of people leave, especially on the weekends.
I think, yeah,
Right.
I think actually one thing I can consider is one thing, with a lot of foreign exchange students, they don't, they're here during break and, they don't really have access to a lot of places to eat because Towers is shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I think having more food options that are open for people, like just around the clock, because although we're a commuter school, there's a lot of people who I know would benefit from being able to, get food while they're on break because they can't go home to their families. We get to
Right.
go home to our families. I live 45 minutes away, but some people can't. They live thousands of miles away from here. So it's I think Wayne State maybe could have like more access to more places, more more grocery stores,
Mm-hmm.
more on-campus food dining services that last longer hours in the weekend. Towers being open later and longer during breaks, I think that'd be more helpful because it's horrible when you see a bunch of people who have to go and try and survive off whatever food they can while they're here because they can't go home to see their families during the holidays.
Right, and I think one good thing that the university is doing is that they're creating more housing
Yeah.
for people to stay here on campus. So I think that's going to promote more of a, you can stay here, you don't have to go home. you
Yeah,
know?
no, I agree.
So they just need to I think there needs to be more food places, if not open, but there has to be more food places like around campus.
A lot of the
Yeah.
places are the same. Like
Right,
Subway,
Jimmy John's. Yeah, there's
or,
not a lot of
pizza,
variety.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and another thing too, just kind of, I think why it's hard to answer is because I feel like sometimes it's not so much what Wayne State can do better. I think it's what the student body can. I
Mhm.
feel like going with like a lot of people, maybe maybe it's not our generation, but just a lot of people tend to find things to complain about. I feel like as much as it's that Wayne State can always do better in certain things, it's also that all of us, all students, can try and appreciate more of what we have, especially being in a city like Detroit where it's a food desert. There's not a lot of places to get food for many people,
Mhm.
and then you come to this place and it's like the oasis. It's like a bunch of things you can get a lot of access to. So I think it's equal parts of student body appreciating more of what we have, while it's also the school doing things and always improving too. I think it's a two-way street.
And did you guys ever consider like studying abroad?
I did.
Yeah?
I did.
I was thinking about studying abroad in Germany for a brief period of time, but I worked a lot of hours during the summer, so I
Mhm.
wasn't really able to fully get a grasp of German. And then, we had to add in a minor, and I'm already double majoring, so I just figured, I didn't want to add more stuff and delay my graduation, and I just disregarded studying abroad after that.
How many German classes did you take?
I took 3.
3. So you're pretty much fluent by now.
Oh yeah, nobody understands German better than I do.
What about you, Michael?
Guten Tag.
I thought about it. I still would like to. I think it was
Mhm.
the same thing like what Tom said. I just get so just getting so busy over the summer, and kind of because I have a major and 2 minors, so I think it's being able to fit that all in. I consider doing, even if it was just like not really that far abroad, just going to like Toronto, because I really love going to Canada. I have some family there, just studying there. I still want to do that. Although I'm graduating, I'm going to be taking a year off. So instead of maybe doing a study abroad, I still want to do like some trips abroad for relief for disasters or things like that, going to clinics in different countries. Because now I have the time to, I can really devote my time to traveling in that sense, and maybe taking some classes, maybe going to France or going to another country.
Have you ever looked into like the program of the global brigades?
Yeah.
Because I think that's what they do. They go to like, they're kind of like the Peace Corps. I think they kind of go to like developing countries, and they help out building houses for them and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Being a part of a group where hopefully the hope is that you're able to help people out enough to where they don't, not that you don't want to go back there again, but that you make it so that they can then sustain themselves and help themselves out. Kind of not being a band-aid, but being like the solution. So if I could find something like that, I'd be really happy to go.
I think I just saw them last week. I think they're trying to find people to go to Ghana this coming summer. Yeah.
Really? Okay, I gotta look into that. Then that'd
one
be
of the
amazing.
guys in my class is going to Ghana for a.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Do they pay for your trip over there?
I
or?
don't think so.
You have to pay for the ticket and I think the stay. I think you have to pay for the whole trip. Actually, I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah, they just have the organization set up so that you can be a part of like a relief effort, but you have to pay for everything.
In that program, I understand why you would have to pay everything yourself, because it's a volunteering thing. You're volunteering to help out others.
Yeah.
But like that was one of my main problems with the study abroad programs here at Wayne State. Is like the countries that I wanted to go to, they didn't really. I didn't find that the school helped a lot with like the money wise for the trip. So I feel like maybe the school could improve on their studying abroad programs.
Yeah, maybe making more of an effort to make people interested in doing it. Maybe make it more accessible too for people to try and do that. I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, and then they needed like more variety, because I think last time I checked, they only had like 10 different study abroad programs.
Yeah.
Where are they at? Do you know?
Most of them are like in South America.
That's like what Jake did, right? Going to Brazil.
Yeah, Jake went to Brazil for 8 months. I think this year the new one is Colombia, so you can go to Colombia
really?
if you want to this summer. Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
and for that one, I believe they do pay the entirety of the trip, even like housing.
Really?
Yeah, and food.
What would you be studying there? Like, is it specific courses, right?
For that one, I'm not sure about. That was another thing why I couldn't do studying abroad, because I couldn't find classes that pertain to the pre-med field or the nursing field. So like for people like us that are in the pre-professional health field, there aren't many classes that we could take when we study abroad. So so studying abroad turns more of a vacation instead of like actually going there and studying.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was looking at the German program, a lot of the classes they had were like political science. I was already nearing the end of my political science course,
Right.
so I'd just be taking classes I don't need.
Like I wanted to go to Spain, but like they only offer very basic Spanish classes, and by that time I was almost done with the Spanish major. So like,
and you speak it. That's
and
like
I
your
speak
first
it fluently
language.
too.
Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping I could find like something in the medical field that could transfer too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they need to work more on that. Being able to pick classes that you can transfer credits from, and also like having a more open, more variety program for studying abroad.
I agree. I think if I looking back on it, if I could do one thing differently, I think I'm really pleased with how I've approached my undergraduate. But I think one thing I would do is try and be not as busy so that I could take a trip abroad.
Right.
And really kind of get the experience. Not that it's too late, I'm only 22, but the idea is if I could do that during a summer semester or something, I think that would have been a really cool experience,
Yeah, for sure.
I'd definitely like to do that if I could change one thing.
Have you lived your entire collegiate years on campus?
Yeah, all 5. Yeah, all 5 years I've lived here.
All at Atchison?
All at Atchison. Yeah,
What's so special about Atchison, Michael?
It's just the perfect building, right?
It's just I think I considered, people will say well, why didn't you move to an apartment or something? But I realized, the reason I want to live on campus is not so I can go and I've never partied before. I've never drank or anything like that before. So I'm not into that scene necessarily. Not that I have a problem with it. It's just for me, living on campus was more about making myself more accessible to be in class on time, to do opportunities on campus, So the way I saw it is if I'm going to live on campus, I want to, live there so that I can work harder, so I can have what I have now, 2 jobs. I'm part of an organization, I peer mentor, I work, I'm just doing a bunch of different stuff, but that only could happen if I lived on campus. Instead of living in an apartment where you have to worry about maintenance and having to cook for yourself, to me I'd like to be so busy so that all I have to come home to is just my bed, my desk, my bathroom, and that's all I really need while I'm in college, just because I just want to be able to focus more on being like present for the school and the work, and just having the minimal things I need, instead of having a big amount of stuff that I might not be able to actually use.
Right.
Yeah.
And Tom, you lived on campus for 2 years, right? Before you started commuting?
Yeah. I just got fed up with it, I guess. The small rooms, sharing a room, and I just felt like I wanted to go home and be able to study by myself and stuff. And then work at jobs that was close to home.
Yeah.
That's one thing you never experienced here in college, Michael. You never had a roommate, did you?
I never had a roommate. No, I lived alone all 5 years. I have it because I have Crohn's, so I got it for medical reasons. But yeah, I never had a roommate. I mean, when I grew up, I always shared a room with somebody. So to me, I've had the experience of having to share space, but I did that with a sibling, not a stranger. So I never had that experience.
I was glad to meet the people I met when I was living on campus.
But not your roommate.
No, he was fine, but I don't know, just got old.
Yeah, people just want their space. I can imagine people just want to have their own space. It's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like the commuter life now, Tom?
It's not that bad.
No?
I mean, you drive for 40 minutes, listen to some music.
That's how relaxing. I feel during the summer.
What kind of music do you listen to on your way here?
It's like a whole bunch. The Beatles, Bruce Springsteen, country, whatever I'm into at the particular month or.
Yeah.
Random.
I just started listening to podcasts, and that's like my new thing now. Just like to listen to like comedians.
What comedians?
Just lately I've been listening to Dax Shepard.
Oh, he's really funny. He's cool.
And Anna Faris.
You should listen to Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. It's a Netflix show, but I'm imagining.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah, with Seinfeld.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny.
It's so good. Yeah.
Bless you. You're welcome.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, but I've been listening to Anna Faris and Dax Shepard. They bring in like different comedians.
Aren't they married?
Every week. No, he's married to Kristen Bell.
Oh, okay. I thought they were a couple. How cute.
But yeah, that's like my new thing, driving to campus. I used to listen to a lot of stand-ups on my way here.
Yeah, that's really good.
The driving can get boring, so like I need to like.
Well, I have a playlist of like 80 songs. Like I know people are like, I have like 2,000 songs. I have 10,000. I have 88 songs on my phone, and I
have it on repeat.
Yeah, I usually just listen to them all because they're just like my favorite ones. So I listen to them over and over again. But during the summer, I commute, and I really like it because like I feel like things I have more like. Because I'm also part-time, so I have like more time to like focus and like organize my stuff myself. So I like it. I don't know. I like driving home at night with a sunset, and it's like 75 degrees outside, like that perfect temperature.
Right.
It's perfect. And 94 is open, so it's just a nice, comfy drive.
Well, you commute during the summer, so it's like way different than commuting during the winter.
Yeah, I know. I've had to drive a few times into school, like during the winter. It's insane. I mean, I've driven in the winter a lot, just. I wasn't in college, but yeah, it's a lot different. I definitely get a lot easier time in the summer.
What's one thing that you've noticed about the college life compared to like the high school life?
I think honestly, in high school, I kept myself really busy. I was a swimmer. I was taking AP classes. Like I was probably more like equally stressed when I was in high school because it's kind of like what you make of it, And I was in a medical like academy program thing, so I was trying to keep busy. The only thing I noticed is, I guess in college it's a lot different because everybody's at their own pace, which is nice. Everybody should be at their own pace. Nobody should feel pressured as when are they finishing? When am I finishing? And there's just more diversity. I have friends who are going into many different fields, and you just get that experience of being around people who really appreciate like knowledge and just learning, not because of the sake of trying to use it over other people, but just that feeling of feelings like so small, like not looking around and the more you learn, the more you realize how small you are compared to everything. I like that, and I feel like in high school, a lot of people don't care about school. Like I went to a really good high school. You know, I'm very privileged to where I got to go at Dakota High, and we had all these different programs and stuff. And so the biggest thing was just the people, because they're the biggest thing that everybody, like, there's a protest just because they took ranch out of our lunches because Michelle Obama's
Really?
health initiative, which is the best. I had like spinach salad like 5 times a day. It was great. And but here it's like, you know, you meet people who really go through a lot of those hardships, and you see a nice culture shock. And that was the best thing for me.
The culture shock?
Coming from a really white suburban area and coming here, and although I'm Lebanese and Irish, I got to see so much that I never saw before, because you don't see it in your little suburban area.
Right. Yeah,
That's
I think
the best thing.
I think that's definitely one of the cool things of Wayne State is that the campus is so diverse. So you meet people from
Naturally, yeah.
anywhere. Yeah.
The entire region attracts people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
from northern Macomb County all the way downriver.
It's good. What about you, Tom? What did
Yeah, Tom.
I don't want to take.
How was your high school time?
Honestly, my high school was like exactly opposite of what Michael's experience was.
It was a nightmare.
No, it wasn't a nightmare. I never did a whole lot in high school. I think I was a part of German club for a little bit, and then I did the art club. But yeah.
That's
What's your fixation with German?
Well, my mom's side of the family comes from Germany, so I just figured I'd learn the language so I could speak to my grandmother and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. You haven't been able to speak to her so far.
Well, she knows what I am able to accomplish with German, so she just has to dumb herself down to understand me.
I feel the same way with Arabic, because I want to learn. Like, I want to relearn Lebanese so I can talk to my grandparents.
Do they teach Arabic here at Wayne State?
Yeah,
They do, yeah. But
they teach a lot of languages.
the way I saw it
Hebrew.
is. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I just said that they teach a lot of languages at Wayne.
Yeah, I thought about taking Arabic, but I wanted to. Hey, what's up? But I wanted to.
Someone just said hi to us.
But I wanted to. Oh, she's taking a picture. Here, we're gonna smile.
Oh. Hi.
but like, because I have a Lebanese family, and I get the privilege now to go see my family in Lebanon. I can learn Lebanese kind of the informal way, and I learned it as a kid, but I lost it. So I'd rather take a separate language while I'm here, and I love Spanish.
So with Arabic,
It's amazing.
does every country have its own unique dialect?
Yeah.
So is Lebanese different from Iraq, or?
Yeah, so it's just like, I think it's kind of like a trained deer. Very similar to the different dialects of Spanish, you know, for Urban. Like, everybody has a different way that they pronounce words. So, and it's also the way it's like the intonation of it, I think. So, like, Lebanese is really kind of soft. Other languages are a little bit harsher, the way or a lot of different dialects are a little bit harsher.
Right.
But it's all the same. It's Arabic. But you can, I think, like, my dad, like, he can listen to a few words somebody says and be like, yeah, I know they must be such and such. Just based on the way the dialect is said. Yeah, so it's really interesting.
And even though they're different dialects, everyone writes from right to left?
Yeah, I think that is one thing. They write from right to left, and my dad used to know how to write, but I think he like hasn't done it in a while. So I never learned that, but that'd be really cool to learn and see what.
Writing
exactly.
right to left?
Yeah, I'm a lefty, so that actually would be nice.
That would be helpful for you.
Yeah, it would be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no smear.
No
on
more,
the pen, yeah.
like those like metal things, like the etchings that go into your forearm.
Right.
No more.
No more of that, no.
No more.
So, did you guys ever join like an intramural team at
What
Wayne
is
State?
that?
I played
Yeah.
basketball.
Did you? Were you
Intra-
part of a team here?
I was, yeah.
Yeah. What's your team called?
Oh, I don't remember. I think it was so they were from Students for Humanity.
Okay.
So we went by they went by Ballers for Humanity. So it was pretty fun. It was fun, you know. I'm not good at basketball. I'm not really good at many things, but
Come on, Mike.
but I tried, and it was a lot of fun. It was a good workout. It was really good.
How does that work? Do they have you compete versus other universities, or is it just more of a on-campus kind of thing?
It's more like it's just people on campus.
Okay,
If you
so
do like club teams will go and versus other colleges. When it's intramural, it's just with students. So it's just like students versus students at Wayne State.
how'd your team do?
I think we never won a game. Actually, we got really close, and that's okay. I'm not a competitive person. I was just there to get a good workout,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so I could exercise, and it was just having fun with friends, you know.
Right.
Like, I got like 2 layups one game. Like, I was good with. I think I was better on defense, but I got 2 layups. It was a great time.
That's good. Where do they hold the games at?
They're over at
Moore Harris?
Moore Harris, yeah.
Okay,
And they have
cool.
a championship.
They do?
Yeah, and like everybody there is really good at basketball. Most of them, I think, played high school.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a nice badge of honor knowing that you're going up against these like insanely good people. But it's still fun. Yeah.
That's fun. I joined the soccer team. Our team's name was Yoo-Hoo.
Were you cross country too?
Yoo-hoo.
Right. Yeah, I did cross country my first 2 years in college, and then but I joined an intramural team soccer. I think I was part of the team for like a summer and a fall semester.
Yoo-hoo did. They also did hockey, right, Chris?
Field hockey. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was never a part of that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I did
I
the.
remember everybody on there.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And I think we lost every single game too. But it was kind of a funny story. We lost every game, and then I think you had to win at least 2 games to go to the Final Four round. And one of the teams didn't show up to the Final Four. So even though we lost every single game, they asked us to be part of the Final Four since the other team didn't show up for their game. And then when we showed up to that game, it was snowing really bad because it was like towards the end of the fall semester, and it was really cold. So the game had to be a forfeit. So we both won. So that we both went to the finals because the other 2 teams didn't show up either. So out of the four teams, only 2 people showed up. So then we went into the finals, and then we lost the finals. But we lost every single game. We didn't play at the Final Four. We made it to the finals, and then lost the finals.
I feel like that's something like us with basketball. Actually, I just realized I have to go.
Okay. We just going to go into our texting segment and see if any of our listeners wants to ask us some questions to me and Tom. Michael has to leave back to work. We want to
See you
thank
later, guys.
we want to thank Michael for taking time of his
yeah.
lunch break to come and talk to us. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy, man. Have fun at the simulation labs. All right, Tom. You said that your grandparents were listening today, right?
Yeah. So our audience is rapidly expanding across the country.
Across the country. Where are they listening from?
Wisconsin.
They're from Wisconsin.
Uh-huh.
Your grandparents.
Well, I don't know if they're actually listening right now, but they said that they would, if they could.
Well, if they are listening, or to anyone who's listening, they can text us any questions to 313-451-2909. The number is 313-451-2909. So, Tom, how's your day going? How was traffic this morning?
It was pretty smooth.
There was a huge car accident on my way here.
Where were you coming from?
MI-10.
Were you on? Yeah, I didn't take that.
No, you take 75 here, right?
Yeah.
How's that?
It was no traffic at all.
No traffic
I
at
was
all?
just flying.
You
through.
were just
I was about to lift off into the air.
You live in Macomb, right? Or
yeah,
Clinton
Macomb.
Township?
I live in Washington Township now.
Oh, you just
Yeah.
moved, right?
Yeah. 26 in Mound.
26 in Mound. What was that high school that you went to then?
Eisenhower High School.
Eisenhower.
So
Did you do any sports in high school, or?
no, but I did play on a soccer team when I was in elementary school. The worst soccer team in the league, the Sharks. That was with my brother. But
Yeah.
yeah, I remember we had the whole team was really weird. We had this one guy who was allergic to dandelions, and he was always eating dandelions.
I wonder what that guy's doing. Maybe we should bring him into the show.
Yeah, you should. I can't remember his name, but I remember that was always so funny.
You would just eat them?
Yeah, apparently he was allergic to him too.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Then me and my brother, we would like have our backs right next to each other so that we would have one person looking one way, the other person looking the other way, and we'd like follow each other around the field, and the coach had to separate us. Because of course it was not an effective way to play soccer. But
Right.
I just remember weird stuff like that.
Did you do any sports here in college, like intramural team?
No.
Or do you want to? What
No.
would be a sport you would get into? What about chess? Are you a chess player?
I tried playing chess, but I never figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
What's the... It's like similar to chess. But,
Checkers?
Yeah, checkers. I've played checkers before. Or Monopoly.
Or Monopoly.
I've done that.
I don't know if they have a club for Monopoly
Yeah,
get-togethers here,
Well, we
but
got to change that.
I do know that they do have a chess and checkers club here at Wayne State. You could join that team
Yeah,
and
you
play
could.
in tournaments. I wanted to do something like join like the winter club where they go up into like hills and snowboarding.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I can never seem to find that
I
organization.
never even heard of it.
Yeah, I think Jake mentioned it in our first episode here, and because
I thought it was skiing or something like
I think he skis, but he also snowboards, and he was talking about joining that organization because I guess they pay for your trip to like up north.
that. Oh, yeah?
So I mean, he already has the gear, so he doesn't have to like rent anything. So he would just get pretty much dropped off. And and just, I'm not sure if they
Roam
compete
free.
or if this is just kind of like a just have fun.
Hopefully it's just to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Competing is, I don't know.
So were your grandparents born in Germany or
My grandmother was,
your grandmother was?
and she came here in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
But my grandfather is from America. His family, though, came from Belgium.
Okay.
So,
And now they're living in Wisconsin now?
no, they're living in Michigan. My other grandparents,
other grandparents.
on my dad's side, they live in Wisconsin.
Were they born here in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Does your grandma ever tell you like any funny stories from Germany or any crazy stories?
Well, she was born during the war, so nothing really crazy other than that. But,
Mhm.
I mean, they left because there were no opportunities there because the whole country was destroyed.
Right.
So, but you came from Mexico, right?
Yeah, I came from Mexico. My parents were born there. I was born there. I came here to Michigan when I was 12. I've been here since. I haven't returned back to my city since I came here.
Yeah, Chihuahua. right?
Chihuahua, yeah. Chihuahua, Mexico. the that's I think that's why one of the reasons why I wanted to study abroad too. Because I've been here in the same country for like almost half of my life now,
Yeah.
and I kind of want to like try out other cultures and learn from other people.
Mm-hmm.
One of the countries I really wanted to go to, like besides Spain, is China. Because I know one of our friends, Eric.
Yeah.
He went to China last summer for like the entire summer, and I think it was half of the summer in China and half of the summer in Japan. But he didn't take any classes. He
You just toured the country?
yeah, he just toured the country, and it was pretty much a vacation, I guess. But he did get funds from Wayne State, so he had a
See,
lot
that's
of fun.
the way to do it.
That's the way to
Label
do
as a
it.
study abroad. And
Yep,
get
yep.
Money. That's funny.
Hmm. But yeah, I think he was. Yeah, that was the whole summer. Half China, half Japan. That's what you did. So are you taking any classes to prepare for the LSAT?
Yes, I am taking a Kaplan class.
Mhm.
So it meets like every other week, sometimes every week. It changes, but I think it's helping me out because I've improved dramatically with my logic games.
Oh, yeah?
I used to get every question wrong, but now it's like 4 out of 5 questions I'll get right. But the problem I'm having is with the timing because you have 35 minutes to complete it, and I need more time than 35 minutes. But
Mhm.
I have to work on that. It's probably my biggest weakness right now.
I've heard that to take the LSAT, you really don't have to take specific classes.
Yeah, it's just about like learning how the test makers want you to think.
Hmm.
Like you don't really have to. You're just learning how to take the test. It's not like you have to learn philosophy or Spanish or anything.
Although I've heard that taking like
Yeah.
philosophy classes or
critical
critical
thinking,
thinking
yeah.
classes help for that
Mhm.
exam. I think I always found I was always jealous of people going and taking the LSAT.
Oh, because it was shorter than the.
not
Yeah.
not even that, because I'm sure it's a very hard exam too. But it's the preparation that I was
Mhm.
jealous of, because for people going into the medical field taking the MCAT, you had to take at least 10 classes.
And they have to be specific, right?
Yeah, they're very specific. So like every section in the MCAT pertains to one of those classes that you have to take.
Mhm.
So it's not like you can just kind of like jump into it and start studying for it because you don't know any of the material, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things I was very jealous of,
Yeah,
like
with-
pre-law students.
The LSA, you can take practically any class and still qualify to take it.
But you still have to like take. You can take specific classes like you are.
Yeah, to help out.
To help you, like.
I think they say like political science, history, philosophy, and English are the ones that best prepare you for it.
Mhm.
Philosophy being the most.
And
Uh,
and I know Wayne State offers help for like people that are taking the MCAT. Do they
Mhm.
do anything for like law
Not
pre-law
that I
students?
know. I
No?
know there's a pre-law organization that I've gone to a couple meetings where they do practice tests, mock law classes,
Mhm.
question and answers types. They're helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times have you gone to those ones?
I think 3 times so far this year.
Okay.
Last couple of years they weren't really active, but this year there's a lot of programs that they have, and they helped me connect with law schools in the area to tour them, like
Mhm.
Detroit Mercy. I was able to tour because I attended one of their programs and was able to get information
Mhm.
on days to attend tour.
So what would be like your number one school of choice for law school?
Probably Wayne State. They're the second best in the state of Michigan. But the University of Detroit Mercy has an interesting program where you can study law, American law and Canadian law. So they have a partnership with the University of Windsor.
Mhm.
And you can get a dual JD in the same amount of time, 3 years, and you can practice law in both Michigan and Canada.
That's pretty cool. How does the tuition work for that? Like,
I believe it just runs through the home school, so you would pay the University of Detroit Mercy. I
okay,
think that's how I understood it.
but you have to spend some time in Canada.
Yeah, you take classes in both colleges.
In both colleges. Is it like alternating, or is it like 1 year first and
No, it's
Detroit Mercy
the same
and-
year.
So the same
like
year
in
you're
the
gonna be
morning,
driving to
yeah,
Canada
if I
and
decided
back?
to do that.
Okay.
So, and then the cool thing about Canada is that when you take the Canadian bar exam, you can practice in every Canadian province. Whereas in the United States, you have to take it for a specific state you want to practice in.
Right.
So
you'll
But
be
probably-
licensed in Michigan and in Canada.
in Canada, but I probably couldn't practice in Quebec. I don't speak French. So
Right.
I was thinking that I probably should have learned French all these
Instead
years
of German?
Instead of German.
But you didn't know you were gonna do that.
No,
right?
if I could go back in time and do it all over again, I probably would have
Picked French instead of German.
pursued a language.
Well, you did pursue a language.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't. I didn't intend to do anything with it. It was just a requirement that I wanted to get over with, and then
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, maybe I should like learn it.
Right. Have you gone to Germany since you?
No, I've never been out of the country actually.
Really, never.
Yeah, never. I haven't even been to Canada. So.
But you want to go to university there.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's pretty cool. Maybe we should go to Canada.
Yeah, we probably should. One of
It's
these
right
days.
there.
I know, right across the river.
Mm-hmm.
They have those special licenses now, don't they? Or
Are you talking about the enhanced license,
yeah,
where you can just
drive over.
drive over?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it much, but I've heard something about it to make it easier.
Well, you should tell your grandma. Has your grandma visited back Germany?
Yeah, before I was born, I think.
Yeah. Does she not want to go back, or she should take you
Um,
back to Germany? She could show you the ropes.
The old neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to talk to her about that.
Mm.
Essen, I think that's where she was from. It's an industrial city.
Mm. Well, I think with that we end our
All right.
episode for today.
Well, thanks
we
for
wanna,
having me.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. We want to
Anytime.
thank everyone that listened to us today. All right, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.